Original Muncie. Well, if you go back and you look at our history from 1865 to where we're at this year in 2015, celebrating 150 great years here in the city of Muncie. We've had a lot of highs, a few lows, but I think that the city of Muncie, the original Muncie, is back on a super high right now. If you look at the things that we have going on in the downtown, we have a great reconstruction going on in the area for the downtown merchants and along the new CSO project that we have going on downtown. And at the end of the day, what's really important about this is the ADA issues that we're dealing with at the same time. Our community is becoming much more handicap accessible and much more welcoming to people that may have spatial needs as they travel through the city of Muncie. And then if you look at the hotel that's going up for construction right now that is scheduled to open in December of this year next to the convention center, the partnership with the city of Muncie and the Arc of Indiana and Arc Innovations. This project is the only one of its kind in the United States of America. And I think the great thing about that is they chose Muncie. They wanted Muncie to be a part of this project. And I think they did that because they know that Muncie truly cares about people with spatial needs and wanting them to feel important and be a part of our community.
In 2013, we launched a hugely successful branding campaign, Downtown, the Original Muncie. Since the launch of that campaign, we have had 26 new businesses open in the downtown area. Downtown is home to over 900 residents, 2,100 employees, 246 businesses, and we're proud to say that this year our commercial spaces are 88% occupied. Our residential spaces are 98% occupied. We are pleased to be part of the city's economic development team. We have been able to be involved in projects like the Muncie Sanitary District sewer and water separation, the Muncie Redevelopment Commission's $1.5 million facade grant program, the Quiet Zone, the lofts at the Roberts Hotels, Walnut Commons, and of course, the parking garage with the city and the Arc of Indiana's Training Institute and the Courtyard Marriott at Horizon Convention Center. All of those downtown projects will represent over $100 million worth of investment in the downtown area.
I think everyone would agree that our neighborhoods are the key to a strong community, and we have great neighborhood associations within our community today with the partnerships with Ball State University's Building Better Community programs and the Muncie Action Plan and their support of neighborhood associations. Muncie was recently awarded in 2 separate grants a total of almost $4 million to begin to deal with the blight and blight elimination in our community. And we've got a great program in place to deal with that in ways that we think is going to make Muncie rather unique.
Well, there's a lot of interesting things going on in our community that are sources for excitement, and there's big development projects going on in and around the downtown. There are major investments being made in our community, and people are excited about what's going on here. And from my vantage point, the single most important of those developments has to do with what's going on in neighborhoods. There are 42 neighborhoods in this community, and through Ball State University's Building Better Communities, Building Better Neighborhoods project, we're working with the leadership that's indigenous to these neighborhoods and finding ways for them to focus their energies, to organize themselves, to join hands and go shoulder to shoulder with their neighbors on matters that are important to those neighborhoods. And they're not all the same across the city. They differ from neighborhood to neighborhood, and the Muncie Action Plan efforts along these lines are helping immeasurably. And then, of course, there's the Mayor's Neighborhood Investment Committee that is focusing on vacant lots and abandoned properties, and those are the keys in my mind, the absolute keys to the revitalization of this city, one neighborhood at a time. And that's where the potential is, that's where the power is, because when people decide things are going to be different, when the people of a city decide things are going to be different, the city will be different.
As street superintendent, I think I have a lot to be satisfied about. I think the mayor and our administration has done a lot in the past few years to improve the infrastructure in the city of Muncie. I think that we're more accessible and more accountable. I think looking over the last few years, some of the projects that we've done have really enhanced our community. We've moved the paving into some neighborhoods where it wasn't getting done before, and I think we've paved at record amounts over our first 3 years, and there's going to be another record set this year. We had top-notch snow removal last year during that terrible time, and even this winter. We got into neighborhoods more than anyone has ever done that, and I'm proud of that. I think the biggest thing that I'm proud of is the administration and letting us do things, not holding us back, listening to everybody's concern and addressing each individual concern.
Education is always such an important foundation for any community, and Muncie's no different. It's a key to our success, and we're so fortunate and blessed here. We have a great university, Ball State University, that is such a great partner in providing quality education to not just students coming out of the Muncie community schools, but schools from all over the state of Indiana, all over the United States, and all over the world. And then we have Ivy Tech campus that is in downtown Muncie with a lot of great programs, and then their campus out on Cowan Road. And then we have Muncie Community Schools, and that's the bricks and mortar of education in our community in the city of Muncie, and we need all three of our partners to be successful.
Well, the relationship that Ball State University has with the city of Muncie is, from my perspective, a little bit different because I've only been here for just about a year. But what has epitomized that relationship is my own working relationship with Mayor Dennis Tyler. And I met the mayor on the very first day that I was in Muncie, the very first day. And what I remember from that very first meeting was him shaking my hand and saying, "Paul, I want to be your partner." And that relationship not only personally has continued to blossom and very much is appreciated by this new president in this new state, but that relationship for over 100 years has continued to blossom and develop and improve the quality of place for Muncie and Delaware County. When you think that thousands of Ball State students have contributed hundreds of thousands of hours of time to improve quality of place, to improve the entrepreneurship and business side of the community, and to really enhance the quality of life for those in need. That partnership is what builds the quality of place for this region. And the relationship between Ball State University and its hometown, Muncie, Indiana, will continue to develop, it will continue to prosper, and particularly in our new refreshed vision, the Centennial Commitment, where Ball State University aspires to be the most student-centered and community-engaged of the 21st century public research universities, transforming entrepreneurial learners into impactful leaders, all committed to improving the quality of life. That kind of partnership between Ball State and Muncie is truly exciting, and we look forward to doing more things.
What I would love to talk about are the great things going on in Muncie and with Ivy Tech. We are absolutely committed to being downtown and for the role that we play with our academic programs, and specifically the culinary program in Chesterfields. And we love the presence that we have downtown. That's very important to us and to our students. What's exciting and new at Ivy Tech is with our partnership in the Muncie Community Schools at Muncie Central High School. We have a dual credit program, an early college program, where students start in their freshman year getting ready for college level work and take college dual credit courses as they move through to graduation. 25% of the freshman class this year at Muncie Central High School is enrolled in our early college program that takes students all the way through to an associate degree. If they choose to stay on track and do that, they can graduate in the same year with both an associate degree as well as their high school diploma. And it's a great, great value for our community because it gets students out early. It allows them to graduate from high school and earn an associate degree at zero cost to them as a student or a family financially. It's just the hard work of doing college level work while they're also completing their high school coursework.
I'm sure most people in this community would think that the mayor's office is probably the most important office in our community, and that's okay. That's the responsibility that we've chosen, but I can just simply say this, that the mayor's office is only as successful as the people around him, and that's the family, whether it's my personal family at home and the support that they give me, or the hard work that my department heads put in every day to working together to help create a better place for all of Muncie's citizens. And the mayor's office is important, but it's only as important as the people that I'm surrounded by.
I know that many people have heard the mayor say that he is only as good as his department heads or the people that work for him. But I would have to say that we as department heads are only as good as our leader, and we have a great leader. We enjoy working for someone who pushes us to work as hard as he does. You know, it's nice to work for an individual with such passion, with such professionalism, and with such purpose.
Unity is such an important word in our community right now, and I think you see it every day on the streets, in the neighborhoods, wherever you go throughout our community. You see people working together to create greater opportunities for all of our citizens. It's very rewarding when I bring a group of business leaders and other civic leaders together, and we start talking about ideas and opportunities for our community, and they react in ways that they've never had this interaction, and they've never had this unity before. So it tells me that we're doing the right thing, and you know, whether it's a business leader that wants to remain anonymous, but they're giving us resources to purchase properties that have been on the blight list for a number of years, or whether it's a foundation and other foundations wanting to step up and help us rebuild a corner in our community and create a beautiful park in an area that hasn't ever had a park, and tying all that in with Ball State University and the foundations to have us something that we can be extremely proud of. The worth and the work of our foundations within our city, Ball Brothers Foundation, Community Foundations, George and Francis Ball, Ziegler, and I could go on and on and on, but our foundations and our unity is such a key core to what I think has enabled us to have the great success that we've had over the last few years. And I look forward to continuing that partnership and continuing to create unity for everybody to feel welcome and comfortable in our great city.
At Ball Brothers Foundation, one of the things we've tried to do is be partners with many different organizations around the city. We are able to, because of our work with grant making and partnership building, we are able to see a large amount of different projects going on in the city. And so we have a great understanding of the needs and the wants of different groups within the city. You know, some of the neat things that have been going on have been watching the ARC come to town and be able to get a large amount of businesses and the government and nonprofits talking about it and being advocates for it and helping with some of the early funding and things, and seeing that come to fruition. I think that some of the other things that are really neat to be sort of highlighting for Muncie are the things like project leadership with their different groups, different community centers working together, and especially the Ice League that was such a great project. And I think some of the other things are the way the city has involved itself in some of the smaller projects in some of the neighborhoods around the community, and that has been a wonderful thing to be able to work with Mayor Tyler and other city officials with projects that may just center on one rehabilitation of one small area in a block, and then be able to branch out and talk about the other projects that are going on around that. And again, Ball Brothers Foundation just tries to tie things together, where we have the fortunate position of being able to see a lot of the ideas that are out there, a lot of the projects that are working. And so those are neat ways to be successful within a city and be unified and together and try to just keep communicating as much as we can.
I think Muncie's on a great new vision and new chapter in rewriting its history over this last 150 years. And I'm not sure that we can even imagine what Muncie's going to begin to look like in 2020, 2025 and beyond. But yeah, we've had the great good fortune over the last few years to create a lot of new investment in our community that's bringing jobs and bringing better quality of place and bringing better quality of life into our community. And the stormwater separations that we're doing throughout our community, the one that is going on downtown right now. We have one going on out in the Whiteley community. We have one that is scheduled to start later this year, I believe, over in the southeast section of Muncie off of Burlington Drive, over around Cardinal Greenway in the Louis Gribble area. That's going to be beautiful when it's done. And one of the portions of this new vision and new chapter for the city of Muncie is, I think what you see is the investment that we're putting in Prairie Creek Reservoir, the partnerships that we've been able to establish with the different foundations in our community, and them helping us create some beautiful new cultural trails and nature trails and walking trails out there. But what's even more important is the public area out there for swimming, and the beach area and the recreational area out there is now becoming 100% handicap accessible. And not only will that be at the beach area and the playground area and the recreation area, but when this partnership is all completed over the next year or two, we will have a handicap accessible area in the lake itself, which means that if a person is in a wheelchair, they will have access into that lake just like anybody else, and have a place there that they can be very comfortable in and swim in and enjoy that beautiful lake just like anybody else. And I think that that's the new vision and new chapter of Muncie that we should all be extremely proud of. Our children and our youth in our community are so important to our success, and I love to see the children back in our parks. We have so many great programs in our parks today, thanks to Harvey Wright, our park superintendent, Ivan Gregory, the park superintendent out of Prairie Creek Reservoir, and programs that we've been able to partner with our community centers. We have 4 great community centers in our community: the Ross Center, the Bewley Center, the Unity Center, and the Senior Citizen Center. And all of them are different in their own little way, but each and every one of them are so important to what we're trying to provide to all of our citizens in our community. And we have such great programs in our parks today and our partnerships, whether it's with Friends of Connolly or the Boys and Girls Club or Motivator Minds or Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and so many other organizations that are working with the city of Muncie today to just provide great programs in our parks. And then the Buy 5 program that many people have been working on for a number of years, on ways that we can begin to teach our children how to read at the age of 3 and get them prepared for school. All of these programs are so important to our children and to our youth success, and I'm so proud of Muncie for the way that they're moving these programs forward.
One thing I'm really looking forward to this year is the summer programming in the parks. It'll be the first time in quite a few years that they've had the baseball program back. We're partnering up with different partners such as the Boy Scouts, Boys and Girls Club, Unity Center, Moms, Bewley Center, and Ross Center. In 2014, we had approximately 19 partners in our summer programming, which is run out of the Parks Department's budget. The baseball program that we're going to have this year is something that myself, I'm really excited about. Again, as I said, it is the first time they've had a baseball program ran by the Parks Department in the city of Muncie in recent years. Like I said, the Boys and Girls Club is helping us out a lot since they are located in Heacon Park, as well as the Unity Center and Carl Malone. One thing we want to do this year that we haven't done in the past is we want to get Prairie Creek Reservoir involved. Going to have some fishing days throughout the summer for the inner city kids that may not necessarily get to be a part of any activities at Prairie Creek under normal conditions. So we're really looking forward with the addition of 2 new vans. We'll be able to provide transportation out to Prairie Creek.
I think some of the very neat, cool, for lack of a better word, innovative ideas that we've been able to accomplish here within the city of Muncie, and some of them are in partnerships with the county. And one that's been so critical, I think, is our animal care and control and the partnership that we put together with Delaware County on combining that in a way that the euthanasia rate and the adoption rate, and that is something that Muncie and Delaware County can be so proud of. Is probably as strong, if not better, than any other community in the state of Indiana. And that's just so darn critical. And street lights, some of the things that we're doing to create better walking areas with new street lights throughout our community is so important, and I greatly appreciate I&M's partnership in helping us get some of those goals accomplished.
Smart 911 is a great new program that the mayor has brought on board for the citizens of Muncie. And basically what happens is you go onto the city's website and you fill in all your information, medical conditions or anything like that any of your family members might have. It gives us the opportunity as safety service personnel to have that information on hand as we're going to the scene, and it allows us to react a lot quicker when we get there and know what we're dealing with. In the last 3 years, we were able to pick up 2 new trucks, one of those being an aerial. That's one of the things that we were very short on. The mayor has allowed me to start a new program at all the fire stations. It's called the Safe Station. What this does basically is it allows anybody that's having any kind of problems throughout the city to go to one of our 7 fire stations and get help. Our personnel will bring that person into the fire station, lock them down, make sure that everything is okay, get the proper authorities called, and we'll make sure that that person is sent on their way and in a safe way.
So the Muncie Police Department will be acquiring body cameras for all of our officers, 90 body cameras. The Ball Foundation stepped up and helped with a grant to help get these body cameras, and it's very important not only for the citizens of our community, but also for our police officers to have these cameras on them. In 2012, when I was named Chief of Police, one of the challenges that we faced was the aging fleet of our police vehicles. With Mayor Tyler's help and members of City Council, we were able to purchase 22 brand new police cars and get rid of that aging fleet, which wasn't in the greatest of shape. So we certainly appreciate the mayor's support on that.
I think some of the greatest transitioning that you're seeing Muncie going through today is the many economic development projects we have occurring right now all over the city. The Ark Hotel downtown, the new construction for Walnut Street, Madison Street being completely rebuilt this summer. The Village Promenade project out in the University Village, just a few years ago, not very many people were proud of that village area, and I think now they're very proud of it. The development that we're having from Martin and University over to the White River Parkway is going to be a great economic development opportunity, we believe. Then if you look at the Muncie Marketplace project out on McGalliard, where Dick's Sporting Goods is today, and McAllister's Deli and Men's Warehouse and others, all of these are ways that we're hoping that will drive development, bring new jobs into our community.
And last year, in 2014, throughout the city, we created over $140 million in additional capital investment, 400 plus jobs, and over 1,200 construction jobs. One of the big advantages of having growth and capital investment back into your community is to be able to reinvest from that. And one of the advantages here is we're able to reinvest over $7 million back into infrastructure improvements into Muncie, Indiana. Those areas include the Downtown Streetscape Project, the Martin Street Project in the Village. We're going to be investing neighborhood improvements of sidewalks and streets in South Muncie at a tune of about $1 million. And this is all coming from the opportunities that we've been able to create through capital investments from the previous years. For upcoming projects, we have approximately 5 projects in the works right now that we intend will bring in over $30 million in capital investment. It will add an additional 400 plus jobs and create hundreds of jobs in the construction field.
You know, as I drive around our great community sometimes in the evenings and on the weekends, I see license plates from all over East Central Indiana again, which tells me that Muncie is beginning again to become the destination center for East Central Indiana, and that's our vision. And at the end of the day, what all of these projects are doing, I hope, is will drive more economic development, bring more jobs into our community, and all of those at the end of the day mean a better quality of place, a better quality of life, and sustainability for all of our citizens. And that's what the people of Muncie want, and we believe that by working together, we're going to accomplish those goals. You know, Muncie is so incredible, and it's the people. You know, it doesn't make any difference where I go. The people in this community are they're amazing. And it's so pleasing if you're walking downtown, or you're at the mall, or you're at the village, or you're at church, or wherever you're at, people are smiling. And it's the people that make us successful. You know, it's not Dennis Tyler, it's not this person or that person. At the end of the day, what makes Muncie so incredible is its people. It's the people that want Muncie to be a beautiful place and know Muncie is a beautiful place. It's the people that have left Muncie and are coming back to Muncie. It's the people that have chosen to make Muncie their home for their entire life, and their children are here and their grandchildren are here. And Muncie's history is all about its people. That's probably why it's one of the most studied communities in the history of the United States. It's their people. And Muncie's history is going to be strong today, it will be strong tomorrow, and it will be strong for years to come. And it will be because of its people wanting Muncie to be a better place to live, work, and play, and raise a family together. Because at the end of the day, that's what's important, the unity and the togetherness of its people. I think as you see these amazing videos of our State of the City for 2015 and celebrating our 150 years of history and our great sesquicentennial birthday, it's all about one Muncie. That's what our foundations believe in, that's what our civic leaders believe in, that's what our government leaders believe in. At the end of the day, what's really important is our people believe in that. And it's about one Muncie. And as long as we continue to be about one Muncie, we'll be successful. There isn't any doubt in my mind we will be successful if we stay focused on one Muncie. There's no river, there's no underpass, it's one Muncie.